He was still checked into the marriage. You might have checked out. You weren't really feeling it anymore, which is why you asked for the divorce. But she's like, how are you shocked? We've been doing this counseling thing for 2 years and it's not going anywhere. Well, obviously, he thought it was going somewhere. But, you live and you learn.
You can't say that.
Sir, you can't
Is he
say that.
allowed to say
I'll
that?
say it louder.
All right, so we've got this lady. She divorced her husband. She asked for a divorce, and he didn't give her the response that she was looking for.
That's so funny because shocked is exactly what he said he was. When I decided that I was going to tell him that I wanted a divorce, I texted my therapist, our marriage counselor, and I was like, I need to tell him that I want a divorce, but I want to do it in a session so that there's like a mediator present. Got us in like ASAP, like 2 days later. And I walked in knowing.
If you want to divorce me, just go ahead and send me an email or something. Send me a text message. Tell me over dinner. Don't waste my time bringing me into a therapist's office to tell me that you want to get a divorce. What do we need a mediator for? If you're already at the point where you have decided that that's what you're going to do, that you want to, call it quits on the marriage, just do me the favor of not wasting my time so I can get into the gym and get over you as quick as possible. That's what I need, not a therapist.
That I was going to ask for a divorce. And so by the way, these are insane. And it's my pre-workout snack today, so. If you like
so she in the gym after
and
the
you like
divorce.
cinnamon rolls and you like cookies and you like sweet things, then you need these ASAP. They're like covered in cinnamon sugar. Oh my gosh. Anyway, we sit down in our session. It's like really tense, really awkward. My ex was sitting there like, so why do we have an emergency session? The therapist was like, Jamie, do you want to start? And I just started crying and I was like, I want a divorce. It's hard for me to like say the words. I was like, I'm done. I want a divorce. He sat there quiet. I'm sitting next to him crying. He didn't move. He didn't look at me. He didn't react at all. He just was stone cold. And eventually.
Why is she crying? You knew this was coming. You knew that you wanted a divorce, but you're surprised by the fact that he's not reacting, but you're reacting. You're the one that's crying. I don't know, man. I guess you can't win for losing, especially with a woman like this. She's going to call you in, wasting your time, and then she's emotional about the fact that she's asking you for a divorce.
Our therapist was like, would you like to respond? He goes, honestly, I'm just shocked. I was like, you're what? I like became a dragon. And I know, and I want to be clear. Our marriage deteriorated because of both of us. It was not his fault. We both became toxic versions of each other,
Some
of ourselves.
accountability.
And we both, led to the demise of our marriage. It's okay. We both were complicit in that. But I'm thinking like, we've been in therapy for 2 years and we're actually worse now because we're both growing separately and we're not growing back together. Like you cannot, I was stunned that he would say shocked instead of like, yeah, I get it. Take the mask off for a minute and just acknowledge that this has been not fun for anybody and this has gotten worse. And I was like, this has happened. This has.
She's shocked by the fact that he thinks this is left field because he was still checked into the marriage. You might have checked out. You weren't really feeling it anymore, which is why you asked for the divorce. But she's like, how are you shocked? We've been doing this counseling thing for 2 years and it's not going anywhere. Well, obviously, he thought it was going somewhere. But, you live and you learn.
It happened. And I just said, honestly, if you are shocked, then you are not paying attention. And that just tells me everything that I need to know. So he responded right away and he's like, fine, let's just go ahead and finalize the details. And that was that. And I just was like,
that's what he
I
should
looked
do.
at my therapist and I was just like kind of stunned. Like I knew that I was ready to leave that day, but I couldn't believe that that was his reaction. There was no empathy. There was no compassion. There was no like wanting to fight for us, which I didn't think that there would be, but you just always hope that like one last try,
She wanted that Disney princess fairy tale treatment. She wanted you to beg her to stay, even though she wanted to check out. Now, I'm married, right? I said that repeatedly on this channel. I believe in marriage. I believe that being in a nuclear family is the foundation for society. I believe that all positive things in a society start with a 2-parent household. So I'm not a fan of, people breaking up their marriage or anything like that. But she said that she checked out. She was ready to go. but she wants him to beg her to stay into the situation. Oh, you didn't fight for me. You're just going to let it go that easily? Absolutely. I'm not going to beg you to be in a relationship with you. That's not how it works. We have to come to this thing equally as partners in order for a marriage to work in the long term. We've already been in counseling for 2 years. You said that you're done. If you got to the point where you're ready to bring me into a counselor's office to mediate our divorce, then I don't think that there's too much that's worth saving here, because no good marriage ends in divorce. And it seems like he was still checked in, but you had checked out.
We went home that night. We didn't speak. He slept on the couch. I woke up and went to work the next day. Came home. He was playing PlayStation that night. I sat next to him. We hadn't talked in 24 hours. And I said, can we talk about what happened yesterday?
No.
And he was just playing, just looking straight ahead. And he's like, what's to talk about? In my mind, I'm thinking, this is our last ditch effort to like steer the ship around, you know? And
That
I was
2
like,
years.
so
in therapy.
what are we going to do? And he just kept playing. And he was like, I already got an apartment. I already took my name off of the lease. He had done things within that 24 hours. He had opened up the filing folder of his single man life and went ahead and got all this shit done. So
I don't know this guy's name, but he was absolutely, I'm going to call him John. John was absolutely tired of a rare bird over on TikTok. Within 24 hours, you told him, hey, John, this situation isn't working. I got to go. He said, adios. I got my own apartment. I got my PS5 out playing 2K. I'm chilling. You want to talk about marriage? Girl, we ain't married no more. I ain't got no responsibility to you. I'm out. I'm not saying that I agree with it, but like I said, you can't keep somebody in a situation if they want to leave. She wanted to leave, so now he's saying, I'm going to check out too. I'm going to do what I need to do with this PS5 and go through my healing process. And make sure you get into the gym too, John.
he can say he was shocked, but you cannot tell me that a person that is shocked would have gotten all that shit taken care of if they weren't already planning on doing it themselves. And we were not happy. Like, I don't blame him for dreaming about a different life. Like, I was also. But to say that he was shocked really, really pissed me off, because I'm like, okay, I've been spending 2 years working on this marriage. Where have you been if you're really shocked? And then secondly, like, this isn't just my fault. This is us together. So don't act like I pulled the rug out from under you. You were like secretly like wanting to leave also. You just didn't have the guts to say it, and I did. So it was like within a couple days he moved out. It was right before Christmas. And it actually did release all the tension from us. I mean, we sat down and had a talk with our daughter, and we were in agreement, and we said, Mommy and Daddy think that we would be better parents to you if we didn't live in the same house. And she was kind of like, okay. Overall, it was the best decision that we both ever made. We're both much happier now, but yeah, he says he was shocked, but let's be honest.
This lady is absolutely confused. She doesn't know if she wants him to fight for the marriage, if she wants him to leave amicably. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She's pissed off that he didn't give her the reaction that she thought was warranted by saying, hey, I want a divorce. The guy stayed in the marriage because that's what's best for his family. That's what's best for his kid. But when you already decided you were walking out, well, okay, I'm going to let you walk. They said at the end that they decided to tell their daughter, hey, mommy and daddy are going to split because that's what's best for you. No, that's what's best for you guys. Of course, if there's anything going on in the house as far as like some sort of domestic situation, it is best for you guys to split. But outside of that, the best thing for a child is to be in a 2-parent household. Statistically, they are always at an advantage when they're raised in a house with two parents that love each other, which you guys didn't anymore. She said she fought for the marriage for 2 years. He was obviously fighting for it as well, which is why this was a blindside to him. But if you wanted to walk away, he was going to let you. So you got exactly what you asked for. If you like the video, subscribe to me back here for the next conversation. If you have any ideas on this lady walking her husband, wasting his time going into a marriage counselor's office just to say she wanted a divorce, let the world know. This is the place for discourse. So next time, peace.